Good afternoon, hockey fans, and welcome to the E&P Seneschal Center for the final day of preseason hockey in the Maritime Hockey League. This is Game 4 between the hometown Grand Falls Rapids and the visiting Miramichi Timberwolves. First two games last weekend swept by the Timberwolves. It was an all-rookie lineup last Saturday and Sunday. Last night in Miramichi, a few veterans were sprinkled into the lineups. We started to see what these teams are going to start to look like going into the regular season. Of course, all kinds of things that can shake out. Still some more cuts to be made. Less than a handful, I would say, on both sides, but that just that depends on a lot of things. But this afternoon, our last of the four, Grand Falls, take a look at that. First slip-up of the year. Grand Falls taking the game last night in Miramichi. We'll see what happens this afternoon, but should be a great afternoon of hockey here in Grand Falls. It is Sunday, September 11th. I am Devin Judge bringing you the call on Rapids Hockey. Joel Howe on camera and color once more. Miramichi wins the face-off. Grand Falls pins them in their own end. Cormier steps up, wrist shot, hits the side of the net. Beck spins around. Mason Beck is back on defense for the Timberwolves this afternoon, as the Timberwolves are down to 4 defensemen plus Beck, so 5 in the lineup today. They are missing Sam McKinney due to injury and suspensions to McQuaid and Badcock. So top 3 Timberwolves defensemen are not in the lineup this afternoon. Getting a look, obviously Mason Beck back there with Mitchell Swain, Max Jardine, Carter Assel, and Liam Trenholm. Getting the start for Miramichi from Tri-Pen U18 last season. Jacob French at the other end. Nathan Michaud getting a look. The local boy played Thomas Albert Elites last year and still in camp with Isaac Sparrow, Woodstock native. There's a backhand chance, rolls to the near side past the post. Isaac Sparrow from Woodstock played Rossay Netherwood last year. They are battling it out for a spot in the crease for Grand Falls. Sparrow gets the win last night. Here's a breakaway chance for Dubé Plouffe. Derek Dubé Plouffe, one of the veterans coming back to the team, gets a clear shot off Dufour. Taking a shot at the rebound, missed the net. Fired back in by the Timberwolves. Both teams completing changes now. Cross ice pass, Evan Bellamy up the right side, stumbles, gets around Mitchell Swain into the corner, up top to Alexander Michaud. Michaud looking for a shot, gets one off, saved by French, and as he makes the save, he kicks the net off. And we get a whistle in the Timberwolves zone.
So an early chance for Derek Dubé Plouffe, who looked exceptional, looked in mid-season form in the game last night in Miramichi. Just real fun to watch the top lines for both of these teams last night. They both looked really good. Dubé Plouffe looking excellent with Santerre, and Dubé Plouffe hit, I think, 3 posts over the course of the game last night, so he is ready.
Going to be a much different game this afternoon than we saw last Saturday night in Game 1 of this 4-game series. As I said, many veterans in the lineup. And now Grand Falls returning on the blue line. James Rogers, Johnny Cormier, and Joe Matulu. Up front, Bryce Thompson, Yannick Bastarache, and Dominic LeBlanc. And Dominic's got some familial blood in the lineup, as well as his brother Patrice is in the lineup this weekend in training camp and hoping to make the final cuts on this team. At the other side, Miramichi's got returning goaltender Kenzie McPhail on the bench. Kenzie had the start last night in Miramichi. Jardine, Badcock, and Trenholm returning from last year as well. Dubé Plouffe with Santerre, and obviously they're going to be 2 that are going to be in the offensive category all year long. Rogers cuts off the passing attempt out of the zone, brings it down low Pere into the corner, gets tied up. And a turnover by Santerre. Got the puck out of the zone, but Grand Falls sends it right back in, and their young line is pushing here. McWilliam with a turnover at center, dumps it back in. French set to play it behind the net, comes out front. And Schofield finds the puck out to center. Drop pass intended for Trenholm. Cut off, and Grand Falls is off. Mador comes in 2-on-1 and fires just wide of the net. Kept inside the zone by Duchesne. Dominic Duchesne, cross-ice pass. Brody Perret chips it behind the net. Duchesne goes after it. He's all alone. Grand Falls is changing with the puck in deep, and Duchesne doing a great job down low. Allows time. Thompson comes in, puck up top. Fired back down into the corner by Barres. Brandon Barres on the far point. Puck comes out to center. Bellamy backs off. Bellamy in the middle, hits Duchesne. Duchesne drop pass. Patrice LeBlanc ahead to Thompson into the corner. Miramichi is backed into their own zone once more. Swain on the near side. Off the boards, finds Dufour. Dufour has the puck knocked off of his stick at center, and Thompson rings it around the Timberwolves zone. Swain hit hard in the far corner by Duchesne. Chance here, getting behind the D is Santerre. Santerre in all alone. He draws a penalty. Soft shot in on net. Michaud makes the save, and it's a hooking call going against the Rapids. Santerre gets by you. Of course, you're going to try to hook him up. It's Barres going to the box.
And Santerre is going to get by you. That was the fun thing about watching the game last night, was seeing Santerre and Dubé-Plouffe on one side and LeBlanc and Bastarache on the other. Both sort of top two guys looking just fantastic already at this point in the preseason. Just a very different experience from watching that first preseason game where you got mostly 16-year-olds on the ice.
Dominic LeBlanc, Yannick Bastarache out there on the penalty kill here with Cormier and Michaud. Dominic LeBlanc wins the draw, and Grand Falls is able to relieve the pressure, buying some time. Trenholm ahead for Dubé-Plouffe. Dubé-Plouffe gets an open wing, gets around Bastarache, who is covering. Nice shot on net, and Nathan Michaud holds the post and keeps this a scoreless hockey game almost 5 minutes into the first frame. Taking the face-off once more for Miramichi Dufour, and Dominic LeBlanc wins the draw. They fail to clear this time. Trenholm holds it in. Pass across to Dubé-Plouffe, and it skips over his stick, and the Rapids are able to clear and get a change on the PK. Redding comes out following the puck. Drop pass back for Pinkson. Redding gets the push out of the zone. Trenholm chased all the way back into his own end by Cole McWilliam. McWilliam all over Trenholm. Trenholm just shakes him off enough to push the puck ahead, and Dufour plays it back for Santerre. There's a steal for McWilliam. McWilliam gets through. 2-on-0. He's tied up from behind. Does not get a shot off, and looks like we're going to have another. Well, the net came off. No penalty on the play. McWilliam.
Somehow, if that were Santerre, that would be a penalty, but McWilliam's a rookie, so he doesn't get that treatment, I guess. But,
McWilliam got around the defenseman, and then two forwards catch him from behind, take him down into the net. He loses control of the puck, but the Rapids still on the penalty kill for 55 seconds, get an offensive zone faceoff, and they win it. Patrice LeBlanc wins the draw, sends the puck all the way down the ice. Matulu back, rings it around the boards, and it gets around far enough. Thompson can't quite get it out. Held in the zone by Duhamel. Back into the corner, finds Felix Landry. Sharp pass down low. Jardine skipped the puck over Schofield's stick. Schofield up top to Beck. Beck with the shot blocked by Thompson. Back up to Beck and across to Landry. Landry cross ice pass, too hot to handle for Duhamel. Duhamel back across for Landry. Landry backhand pass into the middle. Jardines backhand shot as he was spinning was blocked, so it comes back out to Landry. Landry gets a wrist shot on net, turned aside by Michaud. Penalty is over. 5-on-5 play. Penalty kill on the ice for Grand Falls. The centering pass by the Timberwolves comes all the way to the boards and out. So Grand Falls is able to get back, and here we go. 4-on-2 here. Catching Miramichi off. Shot from the outside. Bryce Thompson taking the shot, and French smartly not giving up a rebound there with 3 white jerseys on the doorstep.
An excellent job on that penalty kill by the Grand Falls Rapids. One of the things that impressed me most about specifically about the younger players, the rookies on the team in the last game, was how hard they were to the puck. Just a lot of really aggressive forechecking, back checking, doing an excellent job really going after the opposing man with the puck. And I hope that's not just a symptom of them trying to make the team, but something that really continues on into next season, because they were really pressuring the Miramichi puck carrier effectively, and we've seen that already today as well.
Another shot that went wide, but Grand Falls was able to keep the puck inside the zone. Now it pops out to center. Bellamy comes back for the Rapids. Pass through the middle, finds its way to Dominic LeBlanc. LeBlanc over to the far side for Redding, and puck goes behind the net. Bellamy, sharp pass across, skips over the stick of LeBlanc. Back up to the point. Bellamy has to go back to center to corral the puck. Bellamy through the middle for Redding. Redding tied up. Puck goes to the corner. LeBlanc finds it behind the net. He's challenged by Liam Trenholm. It's picked out by Huot. Huot with 2 goals, 2 assists last night. Johnny Cormier, high pass across, hits the glass, stays in. Santerre to Dubé-Plouffe. Dubé-Plouffe straight out front, and a big save by Michaud on the one-timer from Dufour.
Cormier, you don't get much better than that.
No, you do not. And when you got Santerre and Dubé-Plouffe setting you up, you got all kinds of room. The attention's going to the other two, and Santerre coming in. He's held up, loses the puck. It rolls by Alexander Michaud, doing a great job there. Another Grand Falls rookie on the blue line for the Rapids. Cormier, and by Grand Falls rookie, I mean hometown, Thomas Albert Elite, and we've got another penalty coming, this one to the Timberwolves. And it's a slashing call against Dubé-Plouffe.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this all shakes out, but this is by far the longest we've seen any elites stay in the Grand Falls Rapids training camp. We've got 3, but I'm not sure that we've seen even one on the last game of the preseason in prior years. So an exciting time for the elites program at Thomas Albert.
Maxime Mador completes the trio in the lineup tonight. Cross-ice pass, broken up, but kept inside the zone by Bellamy. Bellamy to Dominic LeBlanc. Huot on the near side. That pass from the middle coming from Belzile. That's the first chance we've seen him. He was acquired in a trade last week. There it is, Belzile on the doorstep, putting away the garbage. Bastarache with the initial shot. And we've got a 1-0 hockey game for the hometown crowd. .9:20 into the first.
It was 3 consecutive power play goals scored in the third period of last night's game that allowed the Grand Falls Rapids to come back and get the win against Miramichi, and a power play goal opens the scoring here today as well. So power play looking pretty good for the Grand Falls Rapids at this point.
Belzile's third goal in less than 24 hours. Miramichi now trailing, trying to make something happen quickly here, getting the puck deep into the Grand Falls zone, working it around. Matulu is able to spring the breakout, finds Cole McWilliam. McWilliam tried the drop pass. Medor was just past the point of the drop. Coming back the other way, Duhamel centering pass cut off. Cormier into the corner for McWilliam. Reverse to the far side. Medor ahead, taken across the line by Brody Perret. He's tripped up. No call on the play as Miramichi comes back in. Felix Landry around one man and cut off by Cormier before he can make it to the net. Schofield comes up to the point, gets the tip. Swain with the point shot. Tip in front, puts the puck over the net, and the Rapids turn it back the other way. They hit a skate on the way out of the zone. Puck bouncing around. Santerre's able to hold. Backhand behind the net. Dubé-Plouffe chasing the puck. Beck holds it in. Finds Dubé-Plouffe down the boards. It's chipped back up. And McWilliam takes off. Gains center. Dumps it in. Heads back to the bench. Grand Falls hangs back. And now challenging. Keeping Miramichi pinned in their own end here. Thompson at center. Gets a little help. Patrice LeBlanc dumps the puck back in deep. And the Timberwolves breakout struggles once more. It's stopped at the blue line. Puck tipped wide of the net, comes to the near side. Barres dodges one Timberwolf. Puck comes back to Santerre. Santerre with the breakout pass, looking for Dubé-Plouffe. Icing waved off. Dubé-Plouffe picks up the puck behind the net with some speed, cycles the zone, finds Trenholm coming in on the left side. Trenholm picks the top corner and ties this hockey game at 1.
And this is very much a repeat of what we saw in the game last night. Anytime either of the top two offensive players are on the ice for either team, they are just continually making things happen. Bastarache, LeBlanc, Dubé-Plouffe, and Santerre just all the time making offense happen, just generating it out of nothing, out of thin air.
Rogers sends the puck back into the Miramichi zone off the face-off draw at center. Centering attempt to fire just wide by Dawson Grandy. Belzile sends it up the boards, misses at the open point, and Matulu's back to chase the puck down. Second-year defenseman up to the blue line, pushes ahead for Belzile, and a long shot finds its way into the glove of Jacob French.
And I think that's going to be the story of this hockey game. Is you got a couple of first lines on both teams that are going to score. They're going to get their chances. They're going to get their goals. So the question is, which of the bottom 9, which team's bottom 9, which team's rookies are going to step up and add something and contribute something when those top players aren't on the ice? And that may very well be the difference in this hockey game. All 3 preseason games between these two teams have been 1-goal games, so it's going to be close. Any contribution you can get from those back 9 is going to be really valuable.
Miramichi, second face-off win, able to break out this time, and the tip just wide of the net. Felix Landry was breaking in there and tried to redirect that pass on net. Goes into the corner. Landry in the corner trying to dig it out with Duhamel. Huot to the boards. LeBlanc to Huot through the middle, picked off by the Timberwolves. And Swain tries to play it back. Huot finds the puck, it comes in. He's cut off, going to the net by Jardine. Santerre with Schofield. Has Dufour to the net, went to the slot. Puck just behind him, comes to the near corner. Trenholm at the point, fires it down low. Santerre checks his man, but the puck goes by, and Maxime Medor sends it out to center. Santerre back in, turnover to the defense. Santerre again holds that line. He's going to find the puck on the near side, tripped up by Cormier as he goes into the boards. Bodies are starting to fly here. We've got a penalty on the play, a missed check that caught just a piece of the body and shoot in, glove down by French, and we've got another penalty coming here. And it's a charging call to Mason Beck. Beck took a few too many steps, said the referee standing at center. He had a good look at it as Beck bodies were starting to find each other in the Rapids zone. Beck took a few steps down the line and didn't connect completely, but enough to garner the call. And the Rapids, who are 1-for-1 on the power play this afternoon, get another chance here in the first period. Huot down low for Bastarash. Bastarash centering attempt is cleared out by the Timberwolves penalty kill. Bellamy comes back for the Rapids. Belzile has LeBlanc on his left. Belzile tries to shoot it in, glove down by Michaud. Bastarash centering attempt for Huot. Huot's shot goes over the net. Bastarash up to LeBlanc. LeBlanc fires behind. And the Timberwolves are able to find the puck and send it the length of the ice. Both special teams changing it up. Bellamy waits. Comes out and heads off to complete the change as Duchesne sends the puck up the ice. Around the boards for Reading. Grand Falls able to set up once more. Puck comes through the middle. It was intended for Patrice LeBlanc. His stick was lifted, and Matulu comes all the way back into the Rapids zone. 40 seconds left on the power play for Grand Falls. Duchesne into the middle. LeBlanc just out of his reach, and Miramichi clears it once more. Matulu back, Dufour chasing. Penalty kill changing as we're down under 20 seconds to go on the penalty. Matulu slow crawl up the ice and dumps it into the corner. Grand Falls pins it behind the net. Penalty about to expire as Grandy centering pass, bouncing puck almost comes back to Grandy, goes to the boards. Penalty is over as Dubé Plouffe takes control. Dubé Plouffe with some speed and the size advantage on the left side, gets all the way down the ice and gets a shot off on Michaud. Michaud makes the save on the short side.
So a good penalty kill by the Timberwolves there, and also a good opportunity for the coaches to get a look at that second power play line. You know what your first power play line can do if you're the Grand Falls Rapids, and so giving that second line a bit of time here in the last preseason game before the regular season begins makes a lot of sense.
Great job there by Michaud, a quick pad save off the face-off draw. So both teams reset on the far side. Dubé Plouffe wins the draw back, a shot blocked. Adam Redding coming back the other way, somehow stayed on side, dumps it into the corner for Huot. Pinkson, cross ice pass, dumped ahead by Trenholm, stopped at the blue line. Cormier's tripped up by Santerre. Back the other way comes Redding. Redding pass in the middle for Huot, and Redding to Huot on the delayed penalty call. Grand Falls takes the lead back with 3:15 to go in the first period.
On yet another goal from Huot. Had 2 goals in the game last night.
Rapids able to tip the puck back into the Timberwolves zone. Chardine up the boards. Grand Falls doing a great job jumping up onto that puck, keeping it in and able to break up the Timberwolves breakout. Centering attempt there, and it's cleared away by Carter Assel. Drop pass broken up at the other end. Bastarash comes back, finds the loose puck, and skates it back up ice. Bastarash drops off for Belzile. Belzile taking off his skates, turnover, and back comes Duguay. Duguay flips it in on net. Michaud directs it back to Bellamy. Bellamy cross-ice pass for Bastarash. Bellamy trying to split the defense, jumping into the play. Puck just skipped over his stick and pushed the Timberwolves into their own end. Now they send it down the length of the ice, and that will be an icing against Miramichi.
Boy, and if you're a Grand Falls Rapids fan, you've got to be happy to see Evan Bellamy jumping up into the offensive play. A lot of times it takes rookies a little while to be comfortable, rookie defenders, to be comfortable really jumping up and taking control of the offensive play. So for Bellamy to be feeling that way at this point in the preseason is a good sign of things to come for the Grand Falls Rapids.
Bellamy, a second-round pick this year for Grand Falls. Played the past 2 seasons with St. John Vito's in the U18 NBPEI League. And
to my eye, he's the one who has improved the most between the first and fourth games. Like, he looks really, really poised here in a way that, I mean, which you can't blame him in his very first MHL game that he didn't.
And this is game number 4 for him and his rookie line mates, Michaud and Barras as well. So they're starting to get a feel for what it takes here in the MHL. But yes, Bellamy, also a draft pick of the Acadie Bathurst Titans, and had a chance to go to their camp early, committed here, and is making a name for himself on the line. Matulu with a turnover, takes the shot, 3-on-2, puck directed to the corner. And that puck is fired into the Miramichi bench. Just a note as we look down on the Miramichi bench, Sam McKinney is on the bench for the Timberwolves. Injured but coaching today.
Why not?
1:10 to go in the first. Yeah, different look at the game. Trenholm decides to cycle back. Dubé Plouffe, cross ice, finds Dufour. Dufour looking for Santerre on the far side. Santerre checked off the puck in the corner. Perret comes in, fires it off the boards and up to McWilliam. McWilliam gains center, dumps it in, and we're under a minute to go in the first frame. Dubé Plouffe in the corner, challenged by Medor. Pass off the boards. Up to Dufour. Dufour skips a pass to Santerre. Santerre gets behind the defense, and Dominic LeBlanc is able to make sure he does not take the puck to the net. Rolled off his stick at the last minute. Hewitt stumbles on the pass at the blue line, but pokes the puck away from Dubé Plouffe, keeps it back in the Miramichi zone with 15 seconds to go in the first. Hewitt tracking. Trenholm with a pass through the middle. Dubé Plouffe to Santerre, back to Dubé Plouffe for the sharp angled shot. Michaud making the save for Grand Falls. 2.8 seconds showing on the first period clock.
Speaking of poise, Michaud looks good in net.
He does. He's
he looks comfortable.
In position, looks comfortable, yes. Grand Falls with the face-off win, and that will do it for the first 20 minutes here at the E&P Seneschal Center. The Rapids at home leading 2-1. Last night they had to come back in Miramichi, and tonight they jump out to the early first period lead.
Yeah, and they looked good doing it. Certainly with the first goal on the man advantage, your Bastarash obviously playing a key part, getting an assist there, but I don't although both LeBlanc and Bastrash were on the ice for the second goal, I don't think either of them were credited with assists, so they weren't involved in the play. So that's something to be excited about as well. Obviously, Huot, a recent acquisition for the Grand Falls Rapids, and impressing very early in the only 2 games that he's been on the ice. He has scored in both of them, 2 last night and 1 so far here this afternoon. So Grand Falls Rapids fans happy to see that type of action on the ice.
For sure. It was Belzile from Bastrash and Bellamy getting an assist on the first power play goal. Santerre got an assist as well with Dubé Plouffe on the Trenholm tally for Miramichi, and then it was just Huot from Reading with the turnover at center. I believe it was Reading that caused the turnover, takes it in, Reading feeds it back to Huot, and they take the lead back, which is exactly where we stand now. But great to see those guys stepping up as they find their comfort level. Maybe that becomes that support for that top line, and maybe that top line gets shifted around. You start to see Dominic LeBlanc and Bastrash on different lines, or Huot takes over in the second line spot with Reading as he gets comfortable. We'll see what happens, but there's a lot of possibilities there. Yeah,
absolutely, and you gotta figure it's a treat to play with Bastrash and LeBlanc. Obviously, they have had chemistry since the moment that they stepped on the ice together in last year's preseason game. We commented on it straight away that the 2 of them, with Alexis Cournoyer, who is currently up with the St. John Sea Dogs, that the 3 of them just looked immediately really good together. Like they had just exquisite chemistry from the get-go on the ice. So, but you're right, the more players that you can get involved that way, you can have Bastrash, LeBlanc, and some lucky son of a gun who gets to play with them, and then maybe you can have a Belzile, Huot, and somebody else playing alongside those 2, and that sort of rounds out your top 6, because those 2 guys have been just on a tear to this point in the preseason. We've mentioned before, but it's worth reiterating. The first 2 games of the preseason, Grand Falls didn't dress, I don't believe, a single returning player. So
no, it was all 18 and younger. So
those games, it's not representative of what you're going to see on the ice during the season. It's to get the coaches to have some eyes on the young rookies and to see what they can bring to the table. These last 2 games, on the other hand, they have dressed their returning players. Both sides have, and now you're really getting to see. This is closer to what regular season action is going to be like. Still a few cuts, still a few things here and there, but in terms of your top performers, by and large, they're on the ice. Although, as you mentioned at the beginning, Miramichi obviously missing the services of a few defenders at the start of this game because of suspensions and injury.
And don't forget, Reed Calder is scheduled to come back. He's spending the weekend with the St. John Sea Dogs. He's been in a couple of games. I believe he's making it into today's game. He played yesterday as well with them. But we do expect him to return to the Rapids lineup as well, the first-round pick for Grand Falls this season. So there are still some movement to be made. There could be other movements from the queue. There's obviously every move has a domino effect from the queue in other leagues. So
it definitely feels like sort of half the Rapids roster is playing in the queue this season, which is great. That's what you want to see. This is a kind of a development league, and the goal is to play well here and get out of here, right? And that's for a lot of players anyway. And so that's something that obviously you can do when you play for Grand Falls Rapids, because gosh, how many are up there? Obviously, we mentioned Cournoyer. Obviously, Di Mattia is up with the Eagles.
Brett Arsenault, Anton, and Topolinski. I know I'm messing that name up, and I need to get proper pronunciation on that. But
Luke Patterson.
Patterson's there. Brett Arsenault. Who else are we missing? There is just a laundry list.
Hartley,
Hunter Gertley.
Yeah.
The Sea Dogs have a large number of Grand Falls affiliated players.
4 of them right now, I think.
LaForge, yeah, absolutely. LaForge, as you said. It's fantastic to see. but it does leave teams scrambling. Miramichi the same way. They're waiting to hear on a couple of names. I'm sure every team in the league is kind of keeping somewhat of an eye, or at least the GM is keeping an eye on what's going on with their prospects elsewhere. But
you got teams like Cape Breton and Shawinigan that announced their final rosters, like 2 weeks ago, and then everybody else, all the MHL teams are saying, "Come on, guys, just let us know. We need to know." But no, it's always fun, and it's nice to see the guys moving up and the guys moving down that still want to play, still want to contribute, still want to, play the game and play it at a high level. And obviously, a lot of those players are contributing to these teams here in the MHL.
And of note, before we take a quick break, Grand Falls getting some advantage possibly from that kind of movement this past week. They saw Josh Fleming, goaltender, come into town. He's not quite ready to hit the ice yet with the Rapids, but he comes from the Acadie Bathurst Titan camp, which new head coach, Rapids head coach Greg Leland, assistant coach with the Titan the last couple of years, had a look at him in 3 games last year. Fleming coming in for 3 games, a win and two losses with the Titan last year, but played with Lac St. Louis in the U18 and had a 10-9 record, but 6 foot, 152 pounds, a little bit of experience, but a 2004, so on the younger side, and possibly obviously a future prospect for the Titan, but obviously somebody that we want to keep an eye out here. It looks like it'll be a combination of Fleming and Sparrow or Michaud in the short term, and we'll see how that goes and see how things shake out from there. But welcome to town, Josh Fleming, and we look forward to seeing him in the green and white as the regular season gets going in 1 week's time. Our home opener next Friday night here at the E&P Seneschal Center. Things are wrapping up quickly as far as the preseason goes. Last games are this afternoon. Final cuts will be made, or reassignments will be made this week. And on that note, we're going to reassign for 5 minutes and take a quick break here in Grand Falls. The Rapids lead 2-1 over the Miramichi Timberwolves. We're back for period number 2 here in Grand Falls. Game 4 of 4 preseason series between the Rapids and the Timberwolves. Miramichi trailing 2-1 on the road to the hometown Rapids. Grand Falls 1 for 2 on the power play in the first period. Shots on net 13-7 for Grand Falls. And a lot of that coming on the 2 power plays, and technically Grand Falls' second goal on a delayed penalty call with the break up the boards.
Yeah, the extra man didn't have enough time to make a difference on that play, but very true. The Rapids have been very good over the last few hours, I guess, on the man advantage going back to the game yesterday evening.
Both of these teams in Miramichi for last night's game, and then making their way here for this afternoon. Wrapping up the preseason and getting ready for the regular season. We'll have a week of practices before regular season gets underway next weekend. Chance there. Dominic LeBlanc just couldn't get it through the skates of Mason Beck. Puck finds its way to Dubé Plouffe. He tries a between the legs pass. That's cut off by LeBlanc. Cormier back into his own zone. On the blue line with Alexander Michaud. Cormier gets it up to center, dishes off to Dubé Plouffe, and he cuts in towards the net. Has to cycle back as the puck is poked back to center. Rogers.
Little hints of some offensive defensemen here.
Dubé Plouffe cuts off the pass, looking to go top cheddar, and he misses wide and hits the glass. Kept inside. Dubé Plouffe down low. Out front, Dufour. Pass up top, a shot blocked, and a 3-on-2 developing. Drop pass to Huot. Mathis finds Dominic LeBlanc. LeBlanc can't quite handle the pass, and he's going to head off. Dufour dumps the puck behind the Rapids net, and he's completing a change for the Timberwolves. Rapids can't quite hold the line, and it's an offside against Grand Falls coming out. Dawson Grandy needs a little more jump in his skates there to grab that puck. Marc-Antoine Belzile with a goal tonight, 2 goals last night, wins the face-off, and the puck is fired by Matulu, wrong side of center. He's arguing that Bastarash got a stick on it, but icing is the call, and we're going to come all the way back down into the Rapids zone. Everyone say hello to Nathan Michaud between the pipes for Grand Falls.
And you mentioned in the first period the possibility of splitting up Bastarash and LeBlanc. That's what we're seeing right now.
Bastarash with Belzile and Grandy.
Just getting those looks in.
Saw a lot of Grandy last weekend in the first game of this series, and haven't called his name quite as much tonight, but here he gets a chance with the hot hand of Huot and the veteran Bastarash. Schofield, cross ice. Backhand pass just out of the reach, but he catches up to it. Duhamel back to Schofield. Schofield doesn't see a lane, tries to set up Duhamel. Duhamel misses on the one-timer, and Grand Falls is able to curl that puck down the ice. Trenholm decides to cycle back. Finds Schofield on the far side. He gets the tip deep into the Grand Falls zone and heads off to the bench. Evan Bellamy. Back to Barres. Brandon Barres to Thompson. Skips off of his stick and goes down for icing. So another icing against the Rapids. 3 minutes gone in this second period. Just a reminder, hybrid icing is in effect this year in the MHL, so teams on icings and penalties, the non-offending team gets to choose which side of the ice they want to take the draw on. So referees, you're going to see a lot of the referees looking to the benches, and I assume eventually they'll be looking to the veterans on the ice to choose which side they want to take that offensive draw. Puck comes all the way back down to Trenholm. Tipped at center by Liam Travis. Michaud plays the puck around the corner. Held in by Pinkson. Puck gets away from him, and Bryce Thompson takes off. Thompson into the corner with Max Jardine. Helping out is Dominic Deschênes. Deschênes digs the puck free. Up top and in the back of the net, Patrice LeBlanc, one-timer. I believe that puck bounced off of somebody as it was directed past French, but Patrice LeBlanc with his first as a Rapid.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it went off French's equipment but it was redirected by something, you're right, before finding the back of the net.
It was going to that left side, and it bounced back into the near side part of the net. So just under 4 minutes into the second frame, and Patrice LeBlanc has his first, and the Rapids come right back firing. Redding missed the net. He was in the deep slot. So the Rapids now up 3-1 over the visitors as Dominic LeBlanc, the older brother of the two, dangles, can't spin it back into the corner. Breakout up to Dubé Plouffe. Plouffe with Santerre. He hits him in the skates. Santerre was trying to jump over that puck, had Dufour on the near side. And the Rapids coming back the other way. Dominic LeBlanc misses on the one-timer. Cormier's there to shift the puck down low to Huot. Huot out front for LeBlanc. LeBlanc fires it over the net, rolling puck to the post. Deschênes and Thompson get the assists on Patrice LeBlanc's tally. So a little more offense from that, from the rookies on the Rapids.
And that's the difference in this hockey game right now, is the 2 goals from the rookies. Well, I guess the newcomers, we'll say.
Newcomers, yes. That's
Huot is by no means a rookie.
Turnover held in by Brody Perret. Back, cross ice pass, looking for Felix Landry. Landry overskates the puck, but it comes back to him as he comes up the boards, spins in the corner, looking for an outlet. Landry still with the puck on his stick. Down low for Schofield. Schofield out front. Somehow that puck stayed out. Couple of chances there. Michaud keeps the puck out. And the Rapids now with control. Puck hits the referee in the corner. But the Rapids are able to regroup, and James Rogers fires out to center. Matulu finds his way to center, but he's pushed off the puck by Liam Travis, who comes back in, goes down as he's puck stripped by McWilliam. Pinkson up top to Trenholm. Trenholm fires it on net. Matulu tips it wide.
Dangerous tip there.
Worked out for him this time. Everybody's going to say they planned it that way.
Yeah.
He absolutely did.
Every defenseman does.
Absolutely. Worked out well, so Jardine ahead for Duguay. Duguay dumps it in, hits the back of the net, and losing an edge was Bellamy behind the net. He gets up, so it looks like he's okay. Went down with Pinkson. Pastrash fires it back around. Santerre on the far side to Jardine. Jardine shoveling it to the sideboards. Duguay moves it to the far side. Getting crunched was Carter Assel, but he's able to move the puck behind the net. Bellamy tried to move it up the boards, turned over, centering pass, no one there. Santerre picks it up in the on the far side. Santerre trying to work around Belzile. Santerre kicks the puck free and draws a penalty. And the Rapids are going to go back on the penalty kill.
Frankly, I think the Grand Falls Rapids will take the penalty just to get a whistle. Boy, was Miramichi pressing in the offensive zone, not just that one line that always presses, but the prior line as well. Miramichi doing an excellent job maintaining the offensive zone pressure in the Grand Falls end, and now they get a chance to do it with an extra player on the ice.
It's a slashing call against Grand Falls.
More accurately, with Grand Falls having one fewer player on the ice, I guess.
Miramichi power play wins the face-off. Beck to Schofield, missed Schofield. Cormier pins the puck along the end boards. And it's Belzile that gets the slashing call. Rapids are able to break out. 3-on-2 drop pass, and the shot by Michaud is stopped by French.
Can't complain about an offensive zone face-off and a whistle.
Don't forget about the shot on net on the 3-on-2. Great job there by the penalty kill. Grand Falls now sending out Dominic LeBlanc with a Bastarache. LeBlanc wins the draw back to Bellamy. Bellamy playing it back for Rogers. And Rogers from his own blue line fires it back down into the Timberwolves zone. 40 seconds killed now on the penalty to Belzile. Timberwolves power play rings it around the Grand Falls zone. Comes back around to Santerre. Santerre up top for Trenholm. Return pass, top of the dot. Rogers blocks the shot, gets back up. Looks like he's okay. Santerre moves the puck back across. A return pass takes a minute. Rogers gets in the way of that too. The puck sends the puck behind the net. Back to Santerre. Pass across intended for Dubé-Plouffe, but broken up by Bastarache. Bastarache pushes Trenholm off the puck and gets it out over the blue line off a Trenholm stick. Bastarache racing for it. Santerre smartly swings his stick at the puck, moves it to the far corner. Dominic LeBlanc had it for a second. Turned back over to the Timberwolves. 25 seconds left on their power play. Trenholm down low for DeFore out front. First shot by Pinkson off of Michaud, and Pinkson bats the puck out of the air into the open cage, getting his own rebound. So Pinkson returns on the power play, returns the Timberwolves to a 1-goal deficit, 9:05 into the second period.
And so since we've reached the halfway point here, it looks like we'll see a goaltending change for the Grand Falls Rapids.
Isaac Sparrow coming in, his parents in the crowd this afternoon, making the 1-hour trek up the St. John River Valley from Woodstock. Sparrow saw all 60 minutes of action last night in Miramichi. Grand Falls able to get the puck out over the blue line. Thompson checks Travis off the puck at the blue line, causing the turnover, and Grand Falls trying to press back into the Miramichi territory. Dufour and Trenholm getting the assists on the Pinkson tally. .17 to go in the second frame. There's a chance scrambling. French made the pad save. Grand Falls couldn't take advantage. He was out of position again. out of position. He's scrambling on the ice, able to keep that puck out. Grand Falls couldn't get the puck up over top, and now they take a penalty. So another penalty to the Rapids after they just gave up a power play tally. And we're starting to see tempers boil over here. 4 games in a 9-day stretch is, you're going to start to see a little bit of this action. So the initial penalty was going to the Rapids. We'll see what shakes out of this scrum. Matulu, no stranger to the penalty box. Having some words here. It is
one assumes they'll be offsetting minors, and then the initial penalty call to the Grand Falls Rapids, or maybe just nothing.
Looks like nope. Yeah. Belzile was first taken to the box. Liam Travis heads in to the Miramichi penalty box area.
I'm not sure that the correct results for this is 5-on-5, but that may be what we're going to see.
The only way I see this going 5-on-5 is the initial penalty was going to Belzile. When the whistle went, Travis comes in, challenges Belzile, leading to the rest of the scrum, but Travis gaining a penalty there on the initial challenge to Belzile, pushing him. I didn't see anything. I'm just saying that's the only way I see it shaking out 5-on-5.
On the one hand, it's the preseason, so none of this really matters. On the other hand, it feels like the correct result here is a Miramichi power play, I think.
We've got a conference of stripes in front of us. We'll see what happens here, and no extra time, nothing up on the board. Looks like we've got an extra body going into the Rapids penalty box, and that's Yannick Bastarash.
I wouldn't say he was the correct person to call the penalty yet, but I do think this is the right outcome. Is a 5-on-4 Miramichi power play for 2 minutes. That feels like the right outcome from what happened.
It does feel correct. I could have seen it gone the other way.
No, for sure. I mean, you never know.
Just
right?
because. You never know. Absolutely. I don't guarantee anything in this in hockey. I definitely don't guarantee anything that we call. There is no guarantee, no takebacks, and you are not insured for what you hear on this broadcast. But we do want to. Yes, all of our disclaimers out there. It is going to be a Miramichi power play, but we do want to hear from you as we wait for Coach Greg Leland to understand what's going on here and show his displeasure to the outcome, but it is another Timberwolves power play starting off in the Rapids end. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're watching, who you're cheering, or if you're just sitting back taking in some MHL action on a Sunday afternoon. It is a beautiful summer September afternoon here in Grand Falls and in the River Valley, September 11th, and we are getting terrific weather. But let us know. There's a centering attempt, goes to the corner. Let us know on any of our social media as far as the Rapids social media goes. Bouncing puck, Dominic LeBlanc takes off. He's in all alone. Puck bounces on him, and French gloves the bouncing puck out of the air. Dominic LeBlanc just could not get that puck to settle as he was in all alone, short-handed.
French has never been happier to see a bouncing puck. The last person that you want to see coming in alone on you is Dominic LeBlanc.
So defensive face-off on the power play for the Timberwolves. Dubé Plouffe enters the zone, cycles all the way around, and finds Trenholm up top. Dubé Plouffe across to Santerre. Trenholm to Dubé Plouffe for the one-timer, stopped for Sparrow.
Dubé Plouffe, every time he's on the ice, he seems to be saying, like, we don't need a breakout, just give me the puck, and I'll take care of the rest. That's really quarterbacking the offense for the Miramichi Timberwolves and doing an excellent job, as he did last year, spending most of the season with the Campbellton Tigers.
Dubé Plouffe last year, 18 goals, 25 assists, 43 points in 29 games.
And all that speed.
Just a terrific force for the Timberwolves. Face off to the right of Sparrow. Timberwolves win the draw. Back finds Landry on the far side. Back across to Landry. Back, Landry. Down low for Schofield. Schofield cross ice through the slot. Recovered by Duhamel. Back. Duhamel shot blocked by Barres. Barres is wincing, but stays in the play. Sharp angled shot. Sparrow makes sure that stays on his shoulder.
Between Barres and Rogers, boy, the Grand Falls Rapids defenders just doing an excellent job blocking shots on the penalty kill. Guys, save a little bit of your body for the regular season. I mean, it's great to see, obviously, but don't get hurt, is all I'm saying.
Timberwolves able to hold the zone. 20 seconds left on the power play. Centering attempt, Dufour is stopped.
He had a wide open cage, just could not corral that puck.
Trenholm around the horn to Dubé Plouffe. Back across to Santerre. Santerre makes no mistake. Short side, picks the corner over Sparrow's shoulder. 7 seconds remain on the power play, and the Timberwolves have tied it up.
Boy, both their goals on the man advantage coming at the tail end of the power play. I think their last power play goal came with 18 seconds remaining on the man advantage, and now 7 seconds remaining on this one. Grand Falls able to just about kill off these penalties, but then not quite. And Santerre getting his first goal of the preseason. We certainly expect to see many, many more of those this season.
Santerre, 24 goals, 28 assists, 52 points last season in 35 games for the Timberwolves. Bouncing puck, and that settles down on the stick of Patrice LeBlanc. He has one in this game, and he's stopped this time by Jacob French and his quick glove hand. But McWilliam and LeBlanc were able to find themselves sneaking past the defense there with that puck coming in front of them.
Boy, Cole McWilliam has been fun to watch this preseason.
He's certainly making a difference every time he's out on the puck tonight or this afternoon. A turnover in the Grand Falls and LeBlanc to Thompson. Thompson trying to get the return pass to Patrice LeBlanc. Comes back to Thompson. Thompson up top to Matulu. Back to Thompson. Bryce Thompson gets the snapshot off, and French gobbles up the puck, leaves no rebound.
We have no insights whatsoever into who's actually making the team, but some of these guys, some of these rookies are really fun to watch out there.
Duchesne on that play as well, following up, looking for that rebound in front, and French just not giving him anything. Watt wins the draw, fed back to the defense by Redding. Bellamy sends it down into the corner, and that pops up and hits the netting out of play, so we will reset inside the Timberwolves zone with 7:10 to go in the second period. Hewitt wins the draw. Redding fed it up to Barres. Barres sends it back to the corner, comes back up to Barres, tosses it into the middle, knocked down by Hewitt. And Delorme starts the breakout. He's knocked down to the ice just as he crosses the blue line. Trenholm at center, sends it into the Grand Falls zone. Bellamy misses everyone. It's an icing against the Rapids.
Love to see that energy and effort by Hewitt, though. If the Timberwolves are going to skate slowly back, maybe you can negate the icing with some speed, and you love to see that kind of effort put forth, especially by a 20-year-old who is competing for a spot on the team, but realistically has one.
Dubé-Plouffe cycling, backhand through the slot. Santerre reaches back, settles it down, finds the puck on the boards, and trying to shake off Adam Redding. Jardine saves the puck at the blue line, knocking it out of the air. Sparrow gets a piece of the puck as it goes by the net. Barres knocking the puck out to center. Turnover there by Redding. Jardine off the boards. Someone got a tip in the neutral zone. Icing negated, and the Rapids are pinned in their own end once more. Dubé-Plouffe down low for Jardine. Santerre cycling through the corner. Dufour takes a big check in the corner, still able to get the puck out to Dubé-Plouffe, who goes forehand, backhand past Sparrow and in the back of the net for the Timberwolves' first lead of this game. (14-19) into the second.
Grand Falls had some success getting possession of the puck, especially behind the goal line in the defensive zone, but just struggling a little bit with that breakout, getting the puck out and transitioning into that kind of an offensive posture. That's one of those things that's going to come as these guys play together a little bit more. The breakout is one of the most challenging plays in the game, and does require a lot of chemistry, or at least knowledge and an expectation of where your teammates are going to be.
Ludovic Dufour gets the assist on the go-ahead tally, and the Rapids now having trouble getting through the neutral zone. Bastarache to Belzile. Cormier follows the puck into the corner. It's poked up to the point, gets all the way out, and past Alexander Michaud. Not sure how that was, how icing was waved off on that. Coming back for Grand Falls, Belzile up the far side. Puck finds its way to Trenholm. Trenholm into the middle for Pinkson. Pinkson up the left side, pushed to the corner. Backhands it back around the corner for Travis. Back up to the far point. It comes out over the blue line, and the Timberwolves are going to bring it back in on the near side. Liam Travis turns back, looking to go cross ice, and he hits the equipment of Maxime Medor. Puck bounces all the way down the ice. Timberwolves off the boards. Liam Travis once more had his head up, but stripped from behind, and then he's going to head off to the penalty box, and we've got another scrum coming here. Cole McWilliam is in the middle of this. McWilliam and Travis at first. McWilliam might have had drawn the initial penalty. Travis was coming back. McWilliam took a shot at David Delorme, and then Travis comes back and gets the stick high in the face of McWilliam. So McWilliam and Travis going off.
That looked to me in real time like a cross check to the face, which is something that you would like to see a penalty called on.
Jardine and Trenholm coming over and giving kudos to Travis as they deliver his equipment.
And this is one where the correct result is obviously a Grand Falls man advantage. The question is whether it's one or two men, in my mind.
5-on-4, one-man advantage. Delorme is going to go off as well. So
I'm sure that play will get reviewed because that's you get the lumber up there in the head like that. That's a shot to the head with a stick. Like that's dangerous stuff right there.
3:42 to go in the second. It's a 2-minute man advantage for the Rapids. Down one, they're looking to get back to a tied hockey game here. Quick setup and shot by Huot. Missed the net. Dominic LeBlanc to Bellamy, to Huot, back to Bellamy, across to LeBlanc. LeBlanc across ice into the skates of Huot. Huot centering pass. Belzile holds off his man. Stripped of his stick. Travis hooking and 10-minute misconduct. There's a shot from Bellamy. So McWilliam and Delorme get 2 minutes for roughing after the whistle. McWilliam also gets a 10-minute misconduct, and it's a hook to Travis. And a 10. 50 seconds and a chance there. Deshane coming in quickly. That pass from behind the net just skipped over his stick as he was coming in, trying to sneak in on the backside. Grand Falls sets back up. Bellamy to Belzile. Belzile shot off of the leg of Swain. Grandy in the corner, up the boards for Patrice LeBlanc. Bellamy's shot misses the net. Belzile sends the puck behind for Grandy. Grandy to Deshane. Deshane centering attempt. He was looking for Patrice LeBlanc out front, and that hit a skate. And the Timberwolves were able to clear the puck. This will kill the penalty as Matulu cycles back in his own end. Matulu makes his way up as the penalty up ice as the penalty expires. Dawson Grandy knocks the puck behind the Timberwolves net. Dubé Plouffe is there. He cycles it back across to Jardine. Jardine up the boards, out of the zone. The Timberwolves see the puck roll into the Grand Falls end, but James Rogers sends it back ahead for Grandy. Grandy gets it to his forehand, fires a shot, just misses, hits the end glass. Puck stays in play. Huot through the slot. Puck up to Rogers. Rogers into the crowd. Puck bounces wide. Believe that hit Trenholm in front. Bastarash to the open point. Rogers back to center. Regroups. Finds Dominic LeBlanc. LeBlanc with Bastarash going to the net. LeBlanc gets the tip. Great save by Jacob French.
There's that chemistry.
Alexander Michaud held the line momentarily, and here comes Dubé Plouffe with Santerre and Dufour. Rogers takes the puck away from Dubé Plouffe. LeBlanc cannot clear. Comes back to Bastarash. Bastarash to LeBlanc, back to Bastarash. 20 seconds to go. Bastarash trying to get it back across to LeBlanc. Dufour splits that up. Long pass for Duguay. Puck gets away from him. Sparrow sends it right back to him. A centering attempt for Duguay. No one there, luckily enough for the Rapids, as Sparrow is out of his net. And the second frame comes to a close with the Timberwolves taking the lead, leading 4-3 after 40.
Yeah, Isaac Sparrow getting pretty lucky on that play in a way that he didn't get last night when one of his passes was intercepted and Miramichi ended up scoring on that play. So flashbacks for Sparrow that he won't want to repeat in the third period. But an excellent second period for the Miramichi Timberwolves, and Grand Falls getting a number of chances as well, just not able to put the puck in the back of the net in the same way that they did in the first period. Again, in the preseason, obviously for the guys on the ice, you want to win every game. You want to do that. For the coaching staff, what you want to do is see how your team responds in every kind of a situation. You know, one of the best things I think to happen to the Grand Falls Rapids team last night was the fact that they were down 4-2 in the third period. And then to score 3 consecutive goals to come back, that's something that says to the team, we're not out of it, kind of thing. And that is something that the coaches want to see. They want to see how do these newcomers, these new additions play on the man advantage. How do they play on the PK? How do they play when they're up a goal or two? How do they play when they're down a goal or two? And watching the response of all the players in those situations is all part of the decision about who do you want to bring on to your regular season roster. I got to say, one of the guys that's impressed me most is Huot. And obviously as a 20-year-old, you expect some level of maturity, but what's impressed me most is not just that he has obviously the scoring touch, that he's got the ability to get goals and assists, which is obviously important, but the energy level and the effort and the compete that you're seeing from this 20-year-old in a preseason hockey game. He is forechecking hard. He is back-checking hard. He is, you can tell that he cares, and that's the kind of thing, you get a 20-year-old doing that kind of thing, that can inspire the rest of the team to say, like, look, if this guy is doing it, this is how you play the game. And that's exactly what you want to see out of your entire team, is that level of compete and effort and energy and really going after the puck all the time. And I've just been really impressed with the couple of games that he's played here in the preseason for the Grand Falls Rapids. And
even in this game with Huot, but also with a few of the other players that we've been calling, you see them, you're starting to see them gradually gain that comfort zone. Even in this game, from the first period to the second, in the second period, we're starting to see a lot more from the non-returning players, the new faces, and in a lot of senses the true rookies as well. But you're starting to see them find and get that comfort level. But that needs to that takes some time to develop at this level of play, especially once you start seeing more and more veterans and older players as your opponents. You know, it's one thing to play U18 style hockey as we saw last weekend, but this weekend, you know, you have your veterans leading you, but you also have the veterans on the other side playing against you, and you've got to find your groove and your comfort level when a Dubé Plouffe and a Santerre are on the ice, and know what to do, and not grip your stick too tight and go, oh no, here comes Santerre down the ice. You know, all of a sudden I'm trying to not make a mistake rather than make the right play.
Absolutely, and it is not easy for some of these kids that were playing major midget last season. Now all of a sudden you're on the ice facing off against Dubé Plouffe and Jacob Santerre. Like, it is not a straightforward thing at all. The jump is always difficult, but when you're out on the ice against these sort of top level guys, everything gets magnified. And as you say, the ones that respond the best are the ones that say, I belong here. I'm going to put in the effort and the energy. And yeah, maybe I'm going to get beat by Dubé Plouffe's speed, but I'm not going to assume that up front. I'm going to make him beat me. And if he can, he deserves it, right? But I'm not just going to say, okay, he's got the puck, I'm going to concede the ice and the space. I'm still going to go after him. I'm still going to put in that effort and energy. And that is those are the players that you know you want to have on your roster that are playing like they belong, even when their development isn't quite there yet. But if they're playing like it is, it's going to get there. They are going to reach that point in the development where the game starts to slow down a little bit, even if Dubé-Plouffe doesn't. And that's all part of the development process. Another thing is chemistry. It's one of those things that one of the most interesting parts of this league, and one of my favorite things about preseason, because in one sense these games are all meaningless. The points don't matter, the wins don't matter, nothing matters. But in another sense, the most fun thing about preseason is the fact that we are watching chemistry form and develop right in front of our eyes. We're watching things from the beginning of the preseason to now, the difference in even from the beginning of the game to now, as you say, like, it's happening so fast, but players making crisper passes, making better passes, and you're seeing these passes happen between players who aren't returning, and you're saying these guys are finding each other, they're finding what they need, and you're watching this chemistry get built right in front of you. And the teams that are going to have success early on in the season, because everybody has some number of returning players and some number of newcomers, but the ones that are going to have the most success are going to be the ones that are able to really cultivate and develop that chemistry early on, because the very first game of the season is worth just as many points as the last. And if you can give yourself an advantage in that opening couple of weeks, get a couple of extra wins, that can be the difference down the stretch.
And looking at, teams like Grand Falls, I mean, everybody gets off to a difficult start, but I mean, you're looking, Grand Falls is at home, and luckily so, six games in October. They're home 3 of the 4 weekends, but that November stretch is on the road. They only have 1 home game in November, so you want to have your game in place in October when you can get, when you can get yourself comfortable at home, no travel or very little travel, double headers, games every weekend or twice every weekend. Get that footing under you quickly, and then once you hit the road in November and head off to Nova Scotia and take care of some of those games down there and around New Brunswick, you want to be settled before that road trip comes up, because those games are important. You've only got 2.5 weeks in December. You've got the break, and then all of a sudden you're into January, a very quick turnaround for the trade deadline early in January, and then February is heading into the playoffs. 1 week and a half in March. Like, this season goes so quickly once we get started, and I mean, I'm already talking about it, and it's like we're looking ahead at March, but 52 games takes off, and it's no time for this. So you don't want, to your point, coming all the way back to September and October, you don't want to get off to a slow start, because you get off to a slow start, that starts to, and especially looking at Grand Falls' schedule, that starts to trickle into those road games in November. It's hard to find a rhythm. If you're stumbling, it's hard to find a rhythm while you're on the road. You're traveling, you don't get as much chance to practice. You're playing teams that you only see once in the Nova Scotia, or twice, but once on the road. Teams that you don't see very often in that Nova Scotia division. It starts to have that trickle effect, and then all of a sudden you're finding yourself in December looking at the Christmas break, and who knows where you're at in the standings.
And that's exactly it. As you say, you got 52 games in a season, but the first half of the season, after that first half is where teams start to make judgments about, all right, am I buying or selling at the deadline? And so a slow start, even if you could have turned it around in the second half, it can be the death knell for a team, because it means that, well, maybe your GM decides, all right, we're gonna sell off our 20-year-olds and get something back for them to the teams that know that they're already going to be competitive. So you want to get right out of the gate in that first half of the season, establish yourself as a playoff contender, and then be the one buying at the deadline, adding pieces here and there. And And that's what the Rapids are hoping for this season for sure.
I'm going to call it. We're going to take a quick break. This one's only going to be about 4 minutes or so, folks, but we are going to take a quick break. We are not in regular season mode yet, so
we gotta leave something in the tank. Always leave them wanting more, right?
Absolutely, and we certainly hope we at least want you to leave the volume on. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in 4 minutes or so for period number 3. And we're back, period number 3, last period of the preseason here in Grand Falls for the Rapids. and the visiting Timberwolves. Miramichi leading 4-3 over the hometown green and white.
We mentioned before, but every single one of these preseason games has been decided by a single goal. We'll see what happens here in the third period, but one thing to expect is it's going to be close right to the end.
This has been a tight one. Both teams score. Grand Falls out to a 2-1 lead. They extended it to 3-1. That was the biggest lead of this hockey game, but Miramichi scoring 3 straight goals in the second period, 2 on the power play. Dubé Plouffe with a goal and 2 assists. Trenholm with a goal and 2 assists this afternoon. On the other side, it's been all over the place. Belzile, Huot, and Patrice LeBlanc, the scorers for Grand Falls, but I believe 8 different players have points in this hockey game for the Rapids. Dominic LeBlanc leaves the puck behind. Huot pass all the way up top. Cormier gets the shot off. French with a diving save. Huot to LeBlanc. LeBlanc with a quick snap of the wrist, and French makes another save for the Timberwolves.
So Grand Falls coming straight out of the gate with some offensive zone pressure.
33 seconds into the third, and that was a couple of shots at least for Grand Falls. The line of LeBlanc, Huot, and Adam Redding starting the third frame for the Rapids.
Sort of the inverse of the game last night, where Miramichi outshot Grand Falls dramatically but ended up losing, and here Grand Falls shot clock 24-14 in favor of the Rapids, but Miramichi currently has the 1-goal advantage.
And don't forget McWilliam and Travis in the penalty box serving 10-minute misconducts gained in a tussle late in the second. They also both drew roughing after the whistle. 2-minute minors. Rogers dishes. Bastarash keeps the puck moving across. Dawson Grandy knocked it to the corner. Bastarash up to Rogers. Sets up Matulu for the one-timer. That's batted out of the air by French. Puck comes back the other way. Schofield picks it up. Rogers directing traffic, and he gets down on the ice to block the pass across. Schofield's pass off a skate. Comes all the way up top. Bounces in. Isaac Sparrow with a couple of saves for the Rapids, and Grand Falls sends it for no icing.
How?
Have no idea. Have no idea. Icing back the other way, however.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
Nope. I really need to go in depth on the icing rule to find out how in the heck. Yeah, I have no idea. No clue.
No, me neither.
No clue.
We're assuming that there's a justification that we just don't know.
Any referees out there who
please
can
let us know
what constitutes a wave off and all of the small little things that you don't catch in the way of the play. That one got caught by the referee. It's a tripping call, and the Rapids are going back on the power play.
I believe that was Brody Paré drawing that penalty. He's another one of those high-energy guys that's been fun to watch this preseason.
It was Paré going down, tripped up, and the Rapids are 2 for 3 on the power play this afternoon. You ought to Bastarash. It's Mitchell Swain sitting in the box. Grand Falls looking to tie this game up at 4, but the Timberwolves penalty kill able to send the puck down the ice. Bellamy to Bastarash. Bastarash in the middle for Huot. Backhand pass. LeBlanc sends it across. Huot finds the open cage and has another one for Grand Falls.
I mean, welcome to Grand Falls. Matisse Huot, that is his 4th goal in the 2 games, these 2 preseason games that he's played for Grand Falls.
And my apologies, folks. Grand Falls was 1 for 3 on the power play going into that one. Now they are 1 for 4.
2 for 4 now.
2 for 4. Holy cow, I can't do math. I can't read my papers right. I'll work on that this week before next Friday night's home opener here at the E&P Seneschal Center with the Fredericton Red Wings in town against the hometown Grand Falls Rapids. The MHL regular season kicks off on Thursday night, I believe. Next game's on the schedule after tonight's last. There's one last preseason game in Nova Scotia this evening. Yannick Bastarache and Dominic LeBlanc getting the assists on the Huot tally. So tied hockey game, 16:30 to go here in Grand Falls. Grand Falls settling down in their own zone. Miramichi attempting to get some pressure there. And that is an icing against the Rapids. Last preseason game on the schedule is the Valley Wildcats against the Yarmouth Mariners in Yarmouth this evening at 7. And then the regular season starts Thursday night, September 15th. Amherst in Pictou and Truro at South Shore to face off with the Lumberjacks. Puck finally gets set and dropped. Miramichi wins the faceoff. Shot missed the net. And Grand Falls able to clear. Bryce Thompson gets away. Fires a shot past Trenholm, but kicked it to the corner by French. Schofield with time. Centering pass and a save by Isaac Sparrow. Perret picks up the puck at the blue line, has Dominic LeBlanc going to the net. Perret shovels a backhand from the goal line. French holding tight to the post, makes the save and covers up quickly. Dominic LeBlanc sniffing around. You don't want to leave a puck laying in the blue paint.
No, indeed. And an excellent choice by Perret going shot there. You never know what can happen with a rebound there, especially when you've got a guy like Dom in front of the net.
Can't get a clear pass off. Might as well toss one at the net, see where it bounces.
And a good job by French holding on.
Puck ringed around the boards. Skated up by Delorme. Delorme pushed off the puck, and the Rapids turn it back the other way. Maxime Medor overskates the puck. Swain dumps it into the Grand Falls zone. Sparrow around, and Grandy is able to clear the zone. Timberwolves come back in on the far side. Rogers, drop pass for Matulu. Matulu checking up ice. Tried to go through the skates of Belzile. Belzile tried to give him some room, and it still hit his front skate. Comes back behind the net. Matulu finds Bastarache. Bastarache just out of the reach of Grandy. Belzile stealing the puck from back up Grandy. Down low for Belzile, centering pass, and Bastarache fails to tip. Comes back the other way. Santerre takes the stretch pass. Shot on. Sparrow loses his helmet to get the whistle as Grand Falls clears the puck to the corner after his save. Snap came loose. So Sparrow getting a little bit of help from the referee there to put the snap back on. Sparrow, a draft pick of the Amherst Ramblers last last draft in 2021. And he was released from the Ramblers this year, given a chance to try out for the Rapids. He's stuck in camp and hoping to make the team. Hewitt. Pass, it comes right to Dufour. Dufour with a quick shot off. And that one sneaks past Sparrow, so a turnover in the slot, and Dufour gives the Timberwolves back the lead. Exactly 6 minutes into the third. Quiets this crowd down. That's just an unfortunate play for the Rapids. A dangerous pass attempt in the deep slot just in front of the crease. Turnover, and Dufour takes no chances and sends it straight on net. Santerre now just out of the reach of Dufour, puts the Timberwolves offside.
And these are the kind of things that are going to get ironed out, these kind of the sloppier plays and more of the mistakes and all that. These are the kind of things that you definitely want to get out of your system in preseason.
And Dufour now taking a technical.
I think the argument is that he directed the puck towards the net after the whistle.
Puts Timberwolves down a man. And Grand Falls goes back to the power play. 2 for 4 on the power play. They tied it up. See if they can do it once more with the third period power play. There's a shot. Chance French somehow followed that puck through the crowd. Made the initial save, and Bastarash fires it over the net. And it rings off the boards and back down into the Grand Falls end. Bellamy with some speed. Loses his stick and the puck, and somehow does not draw a penalty. Jardine is able to clear the puck back down.
Those are the most obvious penalties. Your stick gets slashed out of your hands, and no call this time.
Bellamy to Bastarash in the middle for Belzile. Belzile to Dominic LeBlanc, gets a shot off. French with the save, and he's able to hold on to the puck. 1:11 to go in the penalty to Dufour. Grand Falls going to send out the second power play unit. Patrice LeBlanc to the face-off draw. Face-off won by Santerre. Sent around the boards, kept inside the zone by Adam Redding. LeBlanc to Matulu, back to LeBlanc. He spins towards the net. Down low for Duchesne. Duchesne looking for a lane, tries to find Grandy coming in on the back door. Puck goes to the corner. Santerre ties up the puck. Can't get it out of the zone. Matulu cross-ice pass, too hot to handle for Patrice LeBlanc. It goes off of his boot and out to center. He sends it back in over the blue line. 35 seconds to go. Turnover. LeBlanc brings it in. Tic-tac-toe play just out of the reach of LeBlanc. Back up top to Matulu. Matulu finds LeBlanc. LeBlanc's shot into the glove of French, who holds on and forces another face-off in the Timberwolves zone. 22 seconds remains on the Grand Falls power play, and they send back out the first unit, Bastarash, Dominic LeBlanc, and Mathias Hoyt.
French doing an excellent job there, hanging on to the puck over the last few sequences. Rapids trying to get a rebound out of him, but he is not obliging.
Michaud to Cormier. Down low, Hewitt loses the puck. Bastarash gets it back. Knocked off of his stick. It's sent right on net by Timberwolves defenseman. French scrambles. Net comes off its moorings, and French is able to dive on top of the loose puck. 5 seconds to go on the power play. set to the right of French. Timberwolves are able to win the defensive zone face-off and clear the zone, successfully killing off the penalty to Dufour. And back come the Timberwolves. A quick glove save by Sparrow. Puck bounces off the trapper into the corner. And Grand Falls is able to break out. LeBlanc looking for a centering pass. His pass goes right on net. French making the save. And Schofield takes off. Bastarash knocks the stick out of Schofield's hand and is going to go off for slashing.
The easiest penalty to call. Does get called this time.
So the Timberwolves, who are 2 for 3 on the power play this afternoon, get another opportunity here with a 1-goal lead. Bryce Thompson winning the draw and is able to protect the puck, spin, and send it down directly on net. Jacob Santerre gains some speed, brings the puck through, follows it to the corner, sends it around the boards. Trenholm gets back across in time to keep the puck inside the zone. Dubé Plouffe leaves it in the corner for Pinkson. Pinkson checked off the puck by Matulu, and the puck comes all the way back into the Miramichi territory. Dubé Plouffe now from center, flips it ahead. He's into the corner with Matulu. Dufour moves the puck up for Trenholm. Turnover, Bryce Thompson has Cole McWilliam with him on a 2-on-1. Bryce Thompson goes post and in, short-handed. .11:45 into the third. Bryce Thompson ties this game up short-handed. 5-5 is the score.
We told you this one was going to be tight to the end.
Still 55 seconds left on the Miramichi power play. And Grand Falls able to clear it. Adam Redding firing the puck down the ice. Whistle goes, icing waved off. It is a Grand Falls penalty kill, so the faceoff will be at center.
Everybody's in preseason form. An understandable mistake to make. You don't usually see a shorthanded goal, so you see and you forget that it's shorthanded.
Absolutely.
Makes sense. Plus the way Miramichi's been winning faceoffs this game, it's basically giving them possession.
And they gain possession in the zone. Schofield setting up. And the shot off the iron by Duhamel. Landry fires it in. Sparrow makes the save. Big rebound there, cleared out of the zone by Patrice LeBlanc. LeBlanc looking like he was feeling some pain as he goes off the ice. Bastarash is out of the box, back to 5-on-5 hockey. Grand Falls penalty kill gets the advantage, tying the game up at 5 apiece. 9 minutes to go here in the third period. Grand Falls able to send the puck around the boards and out to center. Pass into the middle for Schofield. Schofield dumps it into the corner. Cormier stops his progress, and the Timberwolves are able to find the puck deep. Turnover. And Grand Falls trying to get it out. Here comes Thompson. The latest goal scorer for the Rapids, able to get the puck into the Timberwolves zone, and he's headed back to the bench. Tulu able to absorb the check from Liam Travis. Travis taking the brunt of it at the blue line. Timberwolves now off the power play, pinned in their own zone. Cormier's shot knocked down. Bouncing puck, Cormier finds it again in the neutral zone. Fires it deep into the corner. Liam Trenholm, pass out. Missed its target, icing waved off. Matulu decides to cycle back, didn't like what he was seeing on the breakout. Finds a Brody Perret on the near side. Perret hits a shin guard as he tries to fire it in. Chance through the legs, French makes another save, this one from the stick of Maxime Medor. Face-off staying in the Miramichi zone. 7:31 to go in the third. Last chance for some of these players to make a impact in the preseason here. Game winner still not on the board.
Somebody's going to take this face off.
Santerre tossed it from the dot. In comes defenseman Max Jardine. Jardine wins the draw. Dufour takes it around his net. Dubé Plouffe to center for Santerre. Santerre got a piece of it, but couldn't catch up to it in the Grand Falls end, and the Rapids now send it down. Icing is the call. 7:15 to go, 5-5 is the score. 34-20 shots on net in favor of the Rapids. Timberwolves for the offensive zone faceoff leave the veterans out there, but it's the fresh faces for Grand Falls who win the faceoff, push the puck back down the ice on tired legs. Dufour now to Dubé Plouffe. Bellamy able to fire the puck out to center. Gets enough time for the forward line of the Rapids to change. Much needed change for them. Duchesne comes out with Dominic LeBlanc and Matisse Huot. Into the skates of Duchesne, into the corner, centering pass for Santerre. Santerre fires and misses the net. Evan Bellamy up for LeBlanc. Dominic LeBlanc to Duchesne. Duchesne bumped off the puck by Jardine, who rings the puck around the boards for Dubé Plouffe. Return pass to Jardine. He had to stop up, puck was behind him. Puck bouncing around here between the both teams, and Cormier able to find it at center, fire it deep. Jardine behind the net, chased out by Duchesne. Trenholm up the far side. Schofield. And the puck still bouncing around, comes to Duhamel in front. And Isaac Sparrow makes the save for the Rapids. Keeps this game tied up going into the late minutes. Pastarash fails to get the puck past Swain. Swain fires it deep. Sparrow backs off. Puck slowed down in the corner. Cormier off the boards for McWilliam. Swain sending him back into the Grand Falls zone. Cormier knocked off his skates behind the net. Schofield swings out front. Chance here for Timberwolves, and the Rapids are able to clear it back out to center. Trenholm gloves the puck down, fires it back in, and Jardine fired it back in. He was almost taken into the Grand Falls bench. Sparrow decides to freeze that rolling puck and gain a break here for Grand Falls with 4:41 to go in the third. The Miramichi Timberwolves are pushing. Face-off win comes back to Jardine. He fires. Sparrow holds on to the puck with Liam Travis on the doorstep. Travis having some words with the opposing goaltender. And Sparrow returning. Conversation between the two over the face-off draw as the Rapids gain possession, and Joe Matulu going end to end. Puck up top for Adam Redding, covering at the point. Down low for Thompson. Mason back, finds the puck, gets it out of the zone to Zach Duguay. Duguay sends it around the Rapids zone. Matulu loses an edge, held in by Dufour. Rogers now behind the net for the Rapids. And the Timberwolves coming back in from center. Jardine centering pass into the crowd. Shot by Dufour, saved by Sparrow. Another shot gets through, point shot from Carter Assel. I'm not sure how that made it through the crowd, but Sparrow was able to hold his ground, make another save, and keeps this game tied up at 5. .3:35 to go in the third. Grand Falls wins the face-off, failed to clear. Jardine holds the puck inside the zone. Centering pass to Dubé Plouffe, and the puck is picked off of his stick just as he's ready to fire. Hewitt out with LeBlanc and Bastarache now. Hewitt keeps the puck on his stick, fires just over the corner. Centering attempt up to Dominic LeBlanc. LeBlanc to Bellamy. Bellamy sends it down low. Bastarache picks up the puck off the end boards. Out front for LeBlanc. Bouncing puck found its way to Hewitt, and he was picked off. These guys look
so good together.
You're looking for a goal. Of course, you're going to send these three out together, and some great chemistry already. Bellamy skates the puck up to the blue line, hands it off for Mador. Mador failed to get around the body to the net, but does a great job in the corner. A couple of times getting his stick in the right position there. Coming back the other way, Dubé Plouffe with Trenholm sneaking in. Dubé Plouffe covered well by Michaud, and the two of them are going at it. Pedre out of the zone, across the blue line, goes to his backhand, protects the puck, tries to bounce one on. He does, off of the defenseman. French makes the save. Michaud had the puck squeak just over the blue line, fired it back in, and the Rapids check on side. The Rapids now putting on some pressure here, and that one goes in as an icing. So we're going to come all the way back down the ice. The Rapids putting on some nice pressure line after line for about 3 shifts there, but unfortunately the icing is going to send it back down into their own zone. .154 to go in the third. Will we see extra time in the preseason? It is a 5-5 tie right now. Point shot hits the stick of Maxime Mador and snaps the stick. He has to go off. Bouncing puck out of the zone. Redding couldn't catch up to it. Timberwolves send it back into the Grand Falls end, and the Rapids have control. Adam Redding now up the left side. Slowed down at the line. Belzile in the corner trying to dig the puck out. Jardine doing an excellent job of protecting it, and it finally comes the way of McWilliam. Cole McWilliam comes up the boards, has some Rogers covering. Puck comes free. James Rogers trying to look for a lane. Doesn't see one. Bounces it off the puck to himself. Sends it across. Cole McWilliam takes the shot and gets the goal. 1:01 to go in the third, and the Rapids have the lead. Cole McWilliam from James Rogers. And that's it. That is the lasting impression you want to leave if you're Cole McWilliam. And these coaches have a decision to make tomorrow. That's the one right there. Take care of business.
It's a big moment for sure.
Here's a chance for the Rapids to shut it down, though. The Timberwolves with some pressure. Under a minute to go. Trenholm. Goaltender pulled. Dubé Plouffe centering pass. Santerre's shot blocked. And Bastarash with an open cage decides to skate. Hits center, dumps it in, misses the net. No icing on the play. Smart move by Yannick Bastarash, killing time and making sure that there is an icing call on the play. 25 seconds to go in the third. Timberwolves re-enter the zone. Extra attacker is on. Grand Falls doing a great job here, keeping the puck out to the outside. Dufour now finds some room. Up top to Trenholm. Trenholm can't shoot. Santerre back up to Beck. Beck on the point. Dying seconds out front. Last shot into Sparrow. He makes the save with .3 on the clock. Talking about lasting memories, Isaac Sparrow coming in relief and making the last second save to possibly earn the victory and the W second night in a row for the young goaltender. We're going to see a little extra time, I think, put on the clock. Showing .3 right now. Ooh, 2 seconds put on the clock. So that changes this face-off. Chance here for Miramichi as they load up on the right of Santerre. They win the face-off, but the puck goes behind the Grand Falls net, and the Rapids sweep the second weekend of preseason, evening the 4-game series, 2 games apiece. What a finish for the Grand Falls Rapids. Cole McWilliam getting the game winner. Isaac Sparrow stopping the Miramichi Timberwolves from tying it up late. And the Grand Falls Rapids head to the regular season with a back-to-back wins over the Miramichi Timberwolves.
Yeah, and in the end, it worked out just as we suggested it might at the very beginning. It was indeed the newcomers, the rookies, that were the difference makers in this hockey game for the Grand Falls Rapids. A couple of goals scored by scored by newcomers is what we can say about Huard, but obviously when it comes to Patrice LeBlanc, Cole McWilliam, those are legitimate rookies. And those goals scored by those rookies were the difference in this hockey game.
Dominic Duchesne, Evan Bellamy on the score sheet as well. Those guys wanted to make an impression. They left an impression, and hopefully we see them back here next Friday night when the Grand Falls opens their season up against the Fredericton Red Wings. But what a terrific afternoon of hockey. 11 goals in this hockey game. These teams left it all out on the ice, and we couldn't have asked for anything more on a sunny September afternoon.
No, absolutely. Just a terrific hockey game. And as we mentioned before, yet again, a 1-goal game between these two teams. So the regular season is going to be fun for sure. And it's going to be interesting because for all the games that these two teams have played between each other during the preseason, they're not going to be facing each other. For the very first time this season, they're going to each face an opponent other than each other for opening day. For the Grand Falls Rapids, that's the Fredericton Red Wings. For Miramichi Timberwolves fans, your team is facing the Campbellton Tigers to open up this season. So it's been interesting watching the chemistry develop and watching the players respond to each other on the ice. But it isn't going to be until Friday, September 23rd, that these two teams face each other for real in the regular season, when Miramichi comes to Grand Falls for that Friday night game. So not too long to wait, but it's going to be fun in the interim, getting to see some of the other teams and the development that they've made over the course of the preseason that we haven't been able to sort of witness live.
That's absolutely correct. And Miramichi, Campbellton's got a game Friday night in Edmundston. So Campbellton's on the road next weekend, Friday night in Edmundston. Then they go to Miramichi for Miramichi's home opener and regular season opener. I feel
like Campbellton always has a late home start. Like they always start on the road.
They absolutely do. Every season seems to be that way, and they do have a back-to-back next weekend. And Grand Falls will host the Red Wings on Friday night. The Red Wings will host Miramichi on Sunday afternoon, and Grand Falls will head up the highway to Edmundston to face the Blizzard Sunday afternoon. A 2 p.m. start in Fredericton for Miramichi Red Wings on the afternoon game, and a 3 p.m. Start for Grand Falls Edmundston. But Miramichi opens their season on Saturday at 7 p.m. at the Miramichi Civic Center. Grand Falls home games 7:30 on Friday night. And folks, you can get your season tickets. Get your tickets. This is going to be a very exciting, very young, very energetic team here in Grand Falls this season. And with guys like Bastarash and LeBlanc coming back, you've seen them before. You want to see them again. And obviously, the additions of Huot, Calder coming back, McWilliam, Duchesne, Redding, Bellamy on the back end, adding Bilzil, and seeing Matulu and Rogers and Thompson take that next step up. I'm already impressed with how they are coming in as returning players and kind of taking that guard on themselves. Cormier as well on the back end. But
Rogers defensively, are you kidding me tonight?
Just terrific. Yeah, absolutely.
Blocking shots, getting in the way of passes, just doing an outstanding job defensively for this team. Frankly, if you've watched these last two games and aren't interested in watching these teams live, there's something wrong with you. This has been a perfect advertisement for the season, with the return of Bastarash and LeBlanc and the chemistry that they already have developed, and then to see joining them Huot with 4 goals in 2 games. Come on now. He's exactly who you want on your team. Belzil doing an excellent job, and then the young guys, getting to see guys like McWilliam, the energy that Paré was bringing there, as you say, Duchesne and Calder, and so many of those young faces that are only going to continue developing, because they're so young. This is their first. These are rookies, right? And so they're going to continue developing as the games progress, and they're just going to get better and better. And so for a guy like Cole McWilliam, who is able to, we were calling his name a lot earlier in the game because he was so involved in the play. But for a guy like that to be able to step up in a big moment at the end of the game and notch the game-winning goal as a rookie, what's he going to be like in a month's time, in 2 months' time, in 3 months' time, come playoff time, right? That is the real excitement of all of these new faces. Every year in this league, you lose a couple of guys, you lose a couple 20-somethings, you make some trades, and you bring in some new faces. And sometimes those new faces are real exciting. Huot he's not a returning player. He's not someone that we've seen before, but boy, is he fun to watch out there. And already you can see the chemistry that he's developing with LeBlanc and Bastarash. And, McWilliam, not a returning player, a young guy, new to the league, new to the team. But boy, is he fun to watch out there. And so that's going to be so exciting. The other great thing that I think it's important to mention explicitly is if you can, get out, whether you're in Miramichi or Grand Falls or in the area, come out to the opening day game. This is going to be the first time in a very long time that we're going to be able to have regular season hockey with no kind of bubbles, no masks, this is back to a packed hockey rink on opening day with the kind of energy that has been sometimes hard to come by when you have all these types of restrictions in place. So come on out to, whether it's the E&P Seneschal Center or the Miramichi Civic Center, get out there and join in, support your team, and experience the joy of live hockey that we, in a way that we haven't been able to for a few years now.
It's always that sense of anticipation at this time of year. We've seen what can be. We've seen the potential, the hope. There's all kinds of question marks. There's what ifs. There's who's going to step up. What are the teams going to look like? What's Fredericton going to look like? What's Edmundston going to look like? How does Summerside rebound after taking the championship last year? All of this, sense of every team has hope at this point in the season. Every player has hope at this point in the season, and it's a terrific place to be. It's almost like, the week before Christmas, and you're not the snooper, so you don't know what's coming in under the Christmas tree, or your parents are good enough to know how to hide things or put traps out there for you. But you have that sense of what could be, what can be, and it's such a great time of the year. Absolutely, get out, let's rock this arena and the arenas around the league. Let's see those attendance numbers explode through what they have been the last couple of seasons. It's been up and down, and make sure you get your tickets. And don't forget, if you can't make it to the rink for whatever reason, we're right here on Hockey TV. The other broadcasters are out there around the league as well. Hockey TV is a great place to be if you're watching us right now. Hopefully you've already got your season ticket on Hockey TV so you can watch your team, your kids, your players, your billet kids, maybe your students around while they travel around the Maritimes playing the game that they love. But just the anticipation right now is awesome to feel. Don't forget, you can follow what's going on around the league on themhl.ca. League's got a new president this year. Congratulations to Troy Dumville on being hired for that position. There's exciting things going on around the league. There's exciting initiatives taking place that we have yet to discuss. We've touched on, the hiring of Brittany Pourtois as the first coach, female coach in the MHL, but a number of female hires around the league this year, a new initiative by the MHL to expand in that area. A lot of new things going on. You can get all of that on themhl.ca. Keep up to date with your teams on their websites or their social media. Social media is the best place to do it. It's fast, it's quick, it's up there in a timely fashion. Not to harp on the websites, but the websites are going away. Yeah, get on your team's social media, get on the other team's social media, and see what's going on. And don't forget, there is a chat board out there if you like to get on the chat boards and have conversations with other fans around the Maritimes. I'm out of practice. mjhlnetwork.proboards.com, I believe.
Nailed it.
There we go. It's some formation of that. But get on there. It's the MHL chat. There's game day chats on there. There's also the Q chat boards on there as well, and you can see what's happening in the queue. You can follow along with the players that we've talked about. Gio DiMattia going up to the queue, earning a spot with the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles this year. There's news about the prospects or the players that are at that queue level that you may be missing from our camps or from other camps as well. So get on those chat boards. There's all kinds of news and rumors and discussions going on there as well. But we are always going to be here for Rapids home games at the ENP Seneschal Center, and we will be back next Friday night, 7:30 p.m. start. We will be ready to go in regular season form. For Joel, I'm Devin Judge. We'll see you in 5 days' time on Rapids Hockey.